Hi, my name's Isaac King. I'm a senior at Huck County High School, and today I'm going to be comparing two countries, one that's more well-known and one that's less known. The less known country is Myanmar, and the more well-known one will be Canada. I'll be comparing the different government types, I'll be comparing holidays, and I'll also be comparing different food. Okay, so first off, I'm going to show you where they are on the map. Canada's right here. It's above the United States of America, and it's also by Alaska. Well, if you go around to the Middle East, Myanmar is right here. It's bordered by Thailand, China, and it's also very well known to be compared to India. Okay, so according to BBC News, Myanmar was long considered a pariah state while under the control of a military junta from 1962 to 2011. While according to CIA.gov, Canada became a self-governing dominion in 1867 and in 1982 severed the final colonial tie. The executive branch in Myanmar and Canada are very different. According to CIA.gov, Myanmar has their president, Win Myint, and vice presidents Min Swee and Henry Van Teo. While Canada, according to CIA.gov, has Queen Elizabeth II, the Royal Majesty, who is represented by the Governor General Julie Payette, and the ruler being Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. The legislative branch is very similar in both Myanmar and Canada. And according to CIA.gov, the lower house is the House of Representatives, or Phu Hall, has 440 seats. In Myanmar, there's two different types. You either get elected or they're military appointed. So 330 are direct elections and 110 are military appointed. The upper house, on the other hand, is the House of Nationalities, which has 244 seats, 168 are direct election, and 56 are military appointed. Okay, according to CIA.gov, Canada also has a lower house, the House of Commons, which has 338 seats, all who were elected by direct elections and serve 4-year terms. On the other hand, according to CIA.gov, the upper house, the Senate, are all appointed by the Governor General on the advice of the Prime Minister, and they serve until the mandatory retirement age of 75. The judicial branch of Myanmar and Canada are also very similar. There's only a little bit of a difference. According to CIA.gov, Myanmar has the Supreme Court of the Union, which usually consists of the Chief Justice and 7 to 11 justices, which are all nominated by the President and appointed by the lower house, and usually serve until the mandatory retirement age of 75. Similarly, according to CIA.gov, the Supreme Court of Canada consists of 1 Chief Justice and 8 justices. Their mandatory retirement age is 70. So the only difference between the two are the number of justices and their mandatory retirement ages. Okay, so I have a PowerPoint here. This is where the legislative branch of Myanmar is. On one side has the lower house and the other side has the upper house. This is the same for many different legislative branches. The next one is Canada. Similarly, it has the lower house on one side, the upper house on the other side, and then next is the executive branch. This is where the presidents and vice presidents stay in Myanmar, and then this is the executive branch. This is where the Prime Minister stays. It's 24 Success Drive. This is the judicial branch of Myanmar. This is where their Supreme Court is, and this is the judicial branch of Canada. Okay, next I'm going to be comparing two different holidays, Ding Yang versus Canada Day. According to office holidays, Ding Yang is usually celebrated over 3 days beginning on April 13th. Ding Yang culminates in Burmese New Year, and the period of the holidays is often considered the most important and biggest festival in Myanmar. On the other hand, Canada Day is a statutory holiday on July 1st. If July 1st falls on a Sunday, then it is celebrated on July 2nd. On June 20th, 1868, a proclamation signed by Governor General Lord Monck called on Her Majesty's loving subjects throughout Canada to join in the celebration of the formation of Canada. And finally, I will be comparing some foods from the two different places. According to SanctumResort.com, the most popular food in Myanmar by far is the tea leaf salad. Okay, here's a picture of it. Okay, here's a picture of tea leaf salad. It has slightly bitter leaves and are mixed with shredded cabbage, sliced tomatoes, and also includes nuts and peas. Okay, and according to Reader's Digest, the most famous Canadian dish has to be poutine. Poutine is a widespread Canadian dish. It uses peppery, meat-based gravy and squeaky curds on fries. It is so popular that it is even in their McDonald's, in Canada's McDonald's. It's weird to believe because we don't have poutine in our McDonald's. Okay, another popular dish in Canada, or in Myanmar, according to sanctumresort.com, is curry. Curry is the third most popular Burmese food. It is often paired with pork, fish, mutton, or beef. It's not very surprising because on the globe you can see that Myanmar is very close to India. They share very much of their culture. Okay, and then another famous Canadian dish, which most of us know about, is Canadian bacon. According to ReaderDigest.com, the second most famous dish in Canada is Canadian bacon. Unlike traditional bacon that comes from the pig's belly, Canadian bacon is lean pork loin that has been rolled in cornmeal. Okay, and right here I have a picture of Canadian bacon. I think it kind of looks like bologna or ham. In conclusion, today I showed you the differences between a well-known country, Canada, and a not well-known country, Burma or Myanmar. I showed you the different governments, I showed you some different holidays and some different foods, and I hope from this holiday, or from this speech, you can take and learn something about a country that you don't know well about. Thank you.